And on a Sunday afternoon playing my favourite sport, American football, I stuck my head in the wrong place in a tackle, and the rest is history, as they say. And I left the hospital with no business. I had to hand over the business during that particular time. Time was really desperate. We bought a brand new house in Warrington at the time. All our plans were smashed. Very, very dark days. Went to a day centre for young disabled people. Wickerwork, flower arranging and basket weaving was the order of the day. And although I laugh at it now, I certainly didn't laugh at it at the time, because when you looked at it, I've been left with just one limb, no use of my legs, right arm, and at the time I couldn't even write, I couldn't even sort of eat properly, and sort of doing the sort of day-to-day craft work was a way to actually sort of rehabilitate. And I was chastised a little bit by a social worker who said, "You don't really like social workers very much, do you?" And I suppose that's an understatement at the particular time. I was sick to death of them mentioning. I'd mentioned something that I'd heard in the day centre, and they'd say, "Oh yeah, but did they not mention that to you?" So she chastised me enough to say, "Well, take on a course to be a social worker." So I signed up to be a social worker, done the course to be a social worker, and during that particular period I was back into the day centre, a couple of days a week at college, a couple of days a week at the day centre. When I was actually going round, one of the essays I did from my course was about information, the key to independent living, because at the time there was no Google search, there was no internet, and I was absolutely smashed by the amount of information that disabled people at the centre had about restaurants, pubs, clubs, hairdressers, chemists, doctors, dentists, and nobody had ever pulled this together, nobody had ever harnessed this information and put it into one place. And that was it, that was my project for the course. I was introduced to two other guys, Eric James and Alan Shaw, who became very, very close friends, and the three of us became the three amigos of the Warrington Information Group for the Disabled, as we became. It became so busy and so popular that I gave up on the college course because I felt there was more need to do the information side that we were doing, and that was it. We were born in 1991. The Warrington Information Group was launched, and that was the infancy. That was 1991. We started out this journey. Never thought we'd ever be a charity. We never set out our business plan to be a charity, and I think it just grew and grew and grew. And as time went on, in 1992 we changed our name to Warrington Disability Information Services, because we were more about disability information than anything else. And it's not just about wheelchair users, it's about every type of disability and impairment. Hearing impairment, sight impairment, learning disability, mental health, age is no barrier, and it's a place where people can come and experience what they can do, and it's that what we can do culture that it's all about.